Boom! What's going on, Investomaniacs? Your boy, a Night Rider here. And today we've got your Robin Hood snacks. Financial stock market update for the week. Last week's market moves. Dow Jones gained 2.41%. S&P 500 up 2.18%. And the NASDAQ climbing beautiful 3.01%. Look at Bitcoin up 18.54%, up to nearly $11,000. Man, Bitcoin has really been climbing these past couple weeks, and the 10-year U.S. Treasury down to 2.058%. I think that's actually below 2% now, if I'm not mistaken. Hey, snackers, Toys R Us is making a comeback. Oh, how I think that's going to go. Probably not very well. So are the markets. The Fed revealed it's more likely to cut interest rates this year than raise them. And despite oil prices jumping on fresh tensions with Iran, both the Dow and S&P 500 set record highs last week. So who's up for the week? Searchable log of all conversation and knowledge. You know the acronym as Slack, the office messaging tool whose CEO and founder predicts the end of work email within 7 years. That's a pretty bold statement right there. It boasts 10 million daily active users, while the numbers of paying corporate accounts is growing. It's only at 95,000 right now. Like plenty of other tech companies, it's losing money still as it spends and spends to beat competition from the likes of Facebook with Workplace and Microsoft with Teams. Shares rose 49% on day one of trading, even as Slack chose to go public via a direct listing, not an IPO. Here's 3 reasons why they did a direct listing. Number 1, a direct offering doesn't raise new money like an IPO would, but it still gave early investors the chance to sell their stock to the public markets. 2, that's why it was cheaper than an IPO. You don't pay the investment banking fees of issuing new shares. And 3, Slack's got a big enough brand to list shares without needing an IPO-style promotional roadshow. Spotify pulled the same direct listing move last year, both big names. New crypto, who dis? Facebook revealed its blockchain-based cryptocurrency Libra. Its logo is 3 exotic-ish waves. It'll be ready to use by the world's 2.4 billion Facebookers by 2020, and it's a stable coin, backed by real money like the US dollar, so the price shouldn't swing nearly as much as, say, Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies. 27 other companies will share oversight of Zuckbucks along with Facebook. And with the new cryptocurrency, you can pay friends in Libra, then easily convert to whatever currency you want to send back to your old school bank account. It's also Facebook's plan B if regulators cut down on its advertising biz. Shavanza, I'm not exactly sure how to say that. Shavanza. Smells great because Lululemon's expanded from apparel to introduce its own self-care products. The deodorant, shampoo, lip balm, and face moisturizer are strategically aluminum-free and marketed gender-neutral to cure, quote, hot yoga face. It's Lulu's first step to lean into its new 5-year plan hard by, quote, to become the experiential brand for people living the hashtag sweat life. And who's down for the week? A signal of how bad things have gotten. Blue Apron was forced to cook up a reverse stock split. The stock price got so small at 55 cents that the meal kit pioneer is merging every 15 of its shares into 1 to boost the price to a less embarrassing number. Fractions aren't in season. Now, every single serving of Blue Apron stock is around $7, but its logistics, competition, and customer loyalty challenges, well, unfortunately, those aren't getting 15 times better. Limited breadsticks. Olive Garden owner Darden Restaurants fell 4% Thursday on word the number of visitors at its top chain actually slowed, despite them being assured that they were family. Olive Garden makes up half of its parent company's sales, but it wants more quality customers. Those are actually their words. So it's cutting back on value meals. I guess they don't really want the whole family there. Right? Am I right? Am I right? I'm not feeling lucky. Google faced a few more existential issues with the free internet last week. Reports surfaced that Google Maps is being manipulated in order to drown competition in an ocean of fake business pins. And Google Calendar was down for 3 hours due to an outage. Then the FTC opened an investigation into Google-owned YouTube. Yo, shout out YouTube, what up world? For the way it protects/exposes children's privacy. Hey man, their words, not mine. I'm a YouTuber, I love YouTube, yo! Earth's biggest cannabis company falls 8% because investors are impatient. I must not have done it right. That's the uninspired reaction from investors after Canopy Growth's earnings just before the weekend. Based in Canada, the world's largest cannabis corporation fell 8% based on these lowlights. Revenue for its high-end dried weed jars, prescription-looking soft gel canisters, and yoga-friendly vapes only rose 13% from last quarter to $94 million. But I mean, they're Canadian dollars, so it's probably like 14 million US dollars. I'm joking. Good old supply and demand was an issue as Canopy sold 9.3 thousand kilos of product and expects to grow 34,000 kilos this quarter. It doesn't exactly, no, it doesn't quite match, does it? That surplusy situation pushed the average price of pot sold down 11% to $7.49 a gram. Going from black market to white is tough, because once you go black, you never go back. Hype for Canada's recreational weed legalization last October pushed Canopy's market value to $13 billion. Now it needs to convince cannabis buyers to switch from their guy to the man, aka Canopy's corporate branded products. It also has to deal with regulation, taxes, and advertising rules that limit it to medical-style bland marketing. The takeaway: Canopy is the pot stock in global prep mode, thanks in part to the $4 billion investment it got from Corona owner Constellation Brands. Canopy has acquired production facilities, device companies, and retail stores. The value chain is Canopy's from plant to pipe. Now it's awkwardly waiting for growth catalysts. In Ontario, the biggest province by population, that's 40% of Canada's population, they just got marijuana retail stores in April, so first-time Canadians are trying it out. The United States. Not legal quite yet, but if marijuana is recreationally legal, Canopy's acquisition of pot producer Acreage Holdings will be legally complete. And the United Kingdom, the UK. Last month, it acquired London-based This Works, a natural skincare developer with a CBD interest. The gummies. Edibles are legalized in Canada this fall, and Canopy's new 197,000 square foot plant will be ready to start cooking. And here is your snack fact of the day. So far this year, only 3 movies have made more than $100 million during their opening weekend, and all of them are Disney films. Avengers Endgame, $357 million. Good movie. Captain Marvel, $153 million. And Toy Story 4, $118 million, which I'm probably going to see maybe next week. And by the way, I have a buy on Disney. I like Disney quite a bit. Coming back to Canopy Growth, I am not a huge fan of it, but if you want to be in the Canopy space, I do like Canopy by far the best. Google, I have a buy on, although I'm not super excited about it. Darden, I also kind of have a buy on, like a hold buy. I don't know. It's not something I'd really recommend, but I mean, if you want to be in it, you can be in it. I'll go ahead and bless it. Blue Apron. Lululemon, I have a buy on that. Facebook, I have a strong buy on Facebook if you want to be in like a mega cap company. And Slack is probably a little bit too expensive for me right now, but if you want to be in it, I think that's okay. And I hope you guys have a great day.